Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello teacher, hello students. Welcome to today's lesson on the construction and interpretation of graphs. In our last lesson, we learned how to construct histograms, frequency polygons, and frequency curves. Today, we will learn about bar charts, line graphs, and pie charts. If you are ready, students, let us start the lesson. We will begin by reviewing the similarities and differences of bar charts and histograms. Both bar charts and histograms represent data by using rectangular bars. However, a bar chart is capable of representing qualitative data, whereas a histogram requires a continuous numerical sequence. There are three types of bar charts. The first type is called a simple bar chart. A simple bar chart only represents the frequencies of single items without considering the component items. In other words, a simple bar chart can show you the total value of Ethiopian exports over several years. But it does not show you the component items that make up these exports. A component bar chart is the second type of graph. A component bar chart shows the relative contribution of each part or component to the total. Using the same data as in our simple bar chart, we can now determine what value of exports is represented by coffee. Because the component is shown in the same bar as the total, we must use different colors to differentiate the values. We can represent each type of export one on top of the other so that each bar sums up the total export value. The third type of bar chart is a multiple bar chart. Multiple bar charts show the various components side by side, making it easy to compare data. Students, this table represents production of teff, wheat, and maize over the course of 3 years. Please work together with a classmate to construct a multiple bar chart that will represent this data. Use the 3 different kinds of grain as your x-axis.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. I hope you enjoyed that activity. Please compare your charts with this one. This multiple bar chart shows that the production of each type of grain has increased over the 3-year period. The production of maize appears to have increased the most. Another useful way to represent data is to use a line graph. A line graph is similar to a frequency polygon in its construction. To draw a line graph, first plot each quantity and then connect each dot with a line segment. Line graphs make it easy to compare different series of data. Here, we can see 2 lines representing the mathematics scores of Buom and Ujulu. The structure of the line graph makes it easy to see that while Ujulu scores have steadily improved, Buom scores have fluctuated. The third type of chart that we will study today is the pie chart. You were introduced to this chart in a previous lesson, students. Do you recall what it looks like? A pie chart is a circular chart that is capable of representing many different values of data. Its components are converted into degrees by taking proportions of 360. These portions resemble slices of pie, which is why it is called a pie chart. Students, let us look at the steps we need to follow in order to draw a pie chart. Suppose you were to take a survey in your community on the use of coffee, tea, and other herbal drinks. The first step is to draw a circle. For this exercise, a circle with a diameter of 5 centimeters should be about right. The next step is to find the relative frequency of our data. Out of the 100 people you surveyed, 35 people prefer tea, 50 prefer coffee, and 15 prefer a different herbal beverage. Your chart should look like this. To find the relative frequency, divide each frequency by the total population. To find the relative frequency of tea, divide 35 by 100. This gives us 35%. The third step is to convert each relative frequency into an angle. We multiply 360 degrees by each percent. Finally, we divide our circle according to these angles and label each component sector. Our pie chart easily illustrates that half the people surveyed prefer coffee. Students, I would like you to construct a pie chart. Here is a chart that shows the age distribution of people in a village. With the same partner as before, fill in the values for the degree column and construct a pie chart. You may begin now.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up! Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, students. Your pie chart should look like this. The slice representing people under the age of 20 should be 54 degrees. The slice representing people aged 20 to 40 should be 216 degrees. The slice representing people aged 40 to 60 should be 72 degrees. And the slice representing people over the age of 60 should be 18 degrees. If you had any difficulty constructing your pie chart, please ask teacher to look over your work after the lesson. We have covered a lot of material today, students. We have learned how to construct and interpret 3 charts and graphs: bar charts, line graphs, and pie charts are very popular ways to provide information, and you will often see them used in newspapers and magazines. Now you can construct your own. That is all the time we have for today. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.